All right, so today's video, we are watching a silver Lucio who I think we're saying their tank doesn't get on the cart and they play too passive and they think they use their abilities. Lucio says they use their abilities really well and that they shouldn't be in silver. They go, you know what? I don't know what rank I'm in, but it shouldn't be silver. So we're gonna watch a Lucio. We don't watch Lucio a ton, so we'll see what happens. It's interesting because it's Circuit Royale. Circuit Royale is one of those maps that's more of a, you don't see Lucio as much in this map. Well, with some cops. But we'll find out. Let's see how this goes. I hope you all enjoy the video. Sub to the YouTube if you haven't. Over to you, me. Thank you so much for that, me. I'm excited to see what happens here.
You want that louder?
What do you mean? Ooh, look at this movement. Okay. All right, good start. Seeing a bit more of that DPS Lucio playstyle here, huh? Honestly, not a bad start. Not a bad start. All right. Not the best start. You just got rolled by a Junkrat. I think at a certain point when you get like an advantage like that and you get an early pick, the worst thing you're going to do in that situation is just give them another pick. Like, trade off of that. You don't want to do that. It's just something you don't want to do. The movement's okay right now. But, like... Okay, just so I remember this. You said you were using your abilities well. Okay, so this isn't... That part isn't going to help your team. All right? Timing on this situation. You're not... There's a way to do this, but you have to have better timing. But so far, you're getting rolled by a Junkrat. Also, I want to point out, like, your comp right now is Mercy Lucio. So, your healing will actually help a little bit for your team here. Like, it's okay to get a little bit aggressive with your damage, but this heal boost by you can help your team a ton. Otherwise, this Mercy's going to have Valk on cooldown. I mean, it's working a little bit. But I still want to see you go back for your team a little bit more. Like, when you say you're using your abilities correctly, you say you're using, like, your... Okay, so let me get this straight. You hear the Junkrat tire, and your vision of this play is to run at the Junkrat. Just so I understand that correctly. I don't even know what to say to that. What rank? I think silver, but they said they should be higher than silver. Okay, so like you have beat. You saved it for the Junkrat tire, then you wait until your Hanzo. You need to use your beat a lot sooner than... Listen, you can play aggressive as Lucio, but, like, you need to, like, it's all about timing. And, like, if you're saying that it's your tank's fault for not playing aggressive, how? That's on your tank. Your tank can go at the pace of how much damage they're taking, and guess what? You only have a Mercy healing right now. Obviously you can be aggressive as Lucio and make plays, but you have to time it correctly too, right? Like, if I go up against an aggressive Lucio, they're gonna do it when, like, their team's engaging and they're making like a team fight happen, not like just frontline it. I'm watching still. Okay, here's my take so far. And actually, I just saw somebody in the chat say this. You have good movement on Lucio, right? You have good movement on Lucio, which is good. But I don't think you have a, like, it almost feels like you're using that movement on Lucio to just, like, spin in circles and not actually go for anything. It feels like you're just purely using the movement and not doing anything else with it. You're like, oh, I'm going to do 5 damage to this person, 5 damage to that person. I'm going to heal boost here, but then I'm not going to heal boost. Then I'm going to speed boost, and I'm going to use beat after I need to use beat. But now I'm going to use this. I'm going to be aggressive in front of my Zarya. Then I'm going to be mad that my tank wasn't playing too aggro, but at the same time, you know, we're running a Mercy Lucio comp, so there's going to be less heals in the Zarya, but they need to play more aggro. And now I'm going to sit back with them, but I'm also going to kind of look this way, but I don't really know where I'm going to go, so I'm just going to use beat, which is actually a good beat, but they're in that, so good luck surviving a male. You said, then is that really good movement? I mean, the movement's fine, right? Like the movement is fine. There's definitely, you can tell the difference between, like, good Lucio movement and bad Lucio movement. It's what you're doing next that is a part of the problem. No, you said you disagree in the movement. Listen, I'm not saying you're going to expect just Lucio to be wall riding into perfect 180 spin bot heal boosts. For being in silver, this is good movement. It's what you're doing after is the problem. Like, well, that's exactly what I'm seeing. It feels like you've practiced the movement on Lucio, but you haven't, like, practiced the other aspect of what you would do here. Like, even if you, like you'll see an aggressive Lucio play, they'll still balance their heal boost, they'll balance how they use their speed boost, they'll time their, like, pushes. Like, this is just, you climb a wall, you spin in circles, and then you're just like, yep, just having some fun. And, like, you're in a Mercy Lucio comp, so even more so, like, the heals for your team. Okay, you said you think the Zarya could have touched right there? No. For what, a 1/10 of a second? Yeah, you're just spamming your buttons. Like, like, if you're gonna have that movement, which is fine, you also need to just, like, I'm sure this is gonna go well. It might actually go well.
Our enemies have commandeered. Enemy turret.
Do you want my take right now? I feel like, so you said you don't think you should be in silver? If you're talking about, like, your movement mechanics, probably not. If you're talking about how you're playing the, like, you're gonna be in silver if you just, I feel like you're gonna be in silver if you don't have, like, if you don't have, like, a vision of what you actually want to do. You're just like, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna hit my buttons, and then that's that. Whatever happens next with a team fight is not on me, it's on my team. Like, that's what it feels like. I'm watching for, like, you're not really paying attention to your tank's HP. Sometimes you'll randomly be with your team and you'll heal boost up. Sometimes you won't even pay attention to what's happening behind you. Like, you're just kind of, like, you're kind of doing the same thing every single team fight, but you have good, like, and chat was like, "Whoa, no, it doesn't have good movement." It's like, listen, for silver, this is pretty good movement, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is good movement. For silver. I think for silver, you would say, like, if you watch, like, a silver Lucio, this is pretty good. And now you've, like, Okay. At least you have at least you saw Mercy. You know what's funny? You know what's even funnier about this right now, chat? Is now that you're not on Mercy Lucio, you're playing this comp like you're on Mercy Lucio. So when you were on Mercy Lucio, you play in their back line, you're not playing really aggressive. Like you're playing really aggressive, you're not helping your team. Now that you're on a Sojourn, or not Sojourn, I mean on a Yari, you're playing like you would if you were on Mercy Lucio. It's like you're doing the exact opposite of like your team comp now. Okay, you have beat. What is your vision with beat here? Okay, you just heal boosted. Great. It was just for you. What's your vision of this? What do they have that you want to use this for? They have an Orisa ult. Use beat? All right. How should other supports play with the Yari? I don't know. That's a tough one. Yari's going to be just doing a bunch of damage and relying on the pylon to heal, so kind of just paying attention to, like, who needs, like, the immediate healing, because the pylon will keep your teammate alive and help with, like, some of that chip damage. But sometimes the Yari can fall behind on heals on, like, a tank in front of them. Oh, nice. That's wonderful. Well, you should be back quickly with that movement, right? I mean, at this point, like, from just watching this VOD, the major thing that you need to adjust is, like, you need to have a vision of what you're doing with your play. Right now, you're hitting your buttons, you're using the movement that you've been practicing, but you're not doing anything with it. You either engage too quickly, you don't do you just sit there. And then, like, you don't, like, when you heal boost, you're just doing it if you lose HP completely. When you're not speed boosting your teammates in if they need it, you're not speed boosting your teammates out if they need it. You're not heal boosting your team when they're actually low. You're not looking back to see what your teammate's HP's at. You're just playing purely off of whatever your HP bar says. You're running into them. Now you've changed your playstyle to play more passive, but, like, you're not like, oh, you looked at your teammate's HP now. Okay, nice. Put heals up. You wait to use your beat. Like, in a lot of scenarios, like, there's so much here that, like, you can improve on. And keep in mind, you can still play an aggressive Lucio and still apply some of those aspects to your game that will benefit both you and your team. Not just you. Okay, now you have beat. I mean, you have to use the beat there. I'm okay with this. All right, we're just gonna talk about this very quickly. Let's just. This is gonna be a quick one here. Okay, so you said you think you should be higher than silver. Okay, if we're going purely off of mechanics, your movement, your mechanics are a little bit above silver when it comes to movement. I will not disagree with that. Or silver 4. Sorry, you're silver 4. Everything else, you have a lot to work on. You're like, it is. You can play an aggressive Lucio. It can work, but you need to, like, how do I explain this? You have to have a rhyme or reason to the plays that you're making, and you're not. You're hitting buttons and you're just doing whatever. Like, you're just doing whatever. You're not looking at your teammate's HP. When you go in, you're just trying to do a bunch of random damage. Then you play too passive with a certain comp that you could play a little bit more aggro with, and you play too aggressive with a comp you need to play more passive with. There's just no. You got to work on all that stuff, and then I think you'll climb above silver. But, like, right now, with the way that you're playing, it just feels like you're kind of all over the place with what you're doing, and that's the problem. So I think you need to improve on that stuff, and that you'll see better results with that. If you like this video, make sure to the like button, sub to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Third channel's now uploading ranked games, so if you like ranked games, there's videos there. That's the more emongg channel. Sub to it. Sub to all the YouTubes, though, if you haven't. If you want to submit your own spectator, look in the description below. If you'll see my Discord, and my Discord's where you would be able to submit those spectators, as well as other stuff, like play the games, all that. We record these live on stream. As you can see the Twitch chat right there. Make sure to stop by if you haven't. We have a lot of fun on here. And with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.